Welcome, boys. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how I get Bluetooth audio and or digital audio, we want to be more specific, in my BMW e38. So I've been using this device for over a year. We go inside the car. You need this light on? I guess we can kind of see without it. Whatever. Alright, so here's what we got. It's actually this device right here. So I got this thing from Amazon. I believe it's a Bluetooth FM receiver. That's what it's called. So here is what we got. It's got a spot for either USB stick, or you could plug, you can use this to charge your device. It'll become important later, but it's 3.1 amps in this port, 1 amp in this port. Plugs into your 12-volt cigarette lighter or power adapter for those cars that don't have cigarette lighters. And also takes a mini, or is this micro SD? I forget what they're called. Disaster averted. So this is an 8 gigabyte, but a small SD card is what this is. Okay, but in the case of me, that's what I use for all music. But you could use a couple different things. You either could take a little USB drive you use for computers or anything else, and plug it in here to go that route, but I think that's kind of big and obnoxious, which is why I use the small SD card. Or you could Bluetooth pair your phone to this thing and listen to music that way. But in the case of my car, I use this port here, this outlet rather, whenever I'm actually using it. Normally it just sits closed, but it's mostly for this, because the back one I use for my dash camera. So you could theoretically in your e38 plug it in here, but you'd be reaching behind the seat and you couldn't really see all that well. But here's what I do. So in the case of this car, we turn the power on. You'll pick up blank station. Mine is the 94 point something, I think. But I plug her in here.
Normal voltage. Waiting for connection.
94.1.
Bluetooth connection success. Card player.
So you know how I can listen to music. This music is coming through the car's audio. Alright, if I crank the volume up. But if you want to fast forward through songs, it gives you the number of the song too. When you first plug it in, it tells you the voltage of your car. You saw it was 11.8. This will give you the radio station that you're using, 94.1, 94.1. And then what song, number of the track you're actually on. And of course, we want to turn it off, and you just simply unplug it. But if you leave that plugged in with this turned off, it'll still keep playing, but you just can't hear it through the car's audio. So I guess I'll go ahead and go through. We'll meet you upstairs. I'll show you I'll just put like a random song on here, and then we can go back out in the car, and then I'll also show you the function that I use for, because you can also take calls on this Bluetooth. You can also stream from your phone music, if you like, and onto it. Or like I said, with the USB. But I prefer the little SD card, not the USBs. But the point that I mostly use these for is, so now when I'm plugging this in, I'm listening to music, it's not taking up a spot for a phone charger. Because I actually keep, the charging cables in my car. One cable for me, I believe this is the wife's, so yeah, that Type C is hers. And then mine's in here. But I keep that so I can charge both phones if I need to, only one being now the 1.0 amp, the other being the 3.1 amp. The bottom line is you can listen to your tunes, boom, run dual cords, charge two phones, and so you can get all that done at the same time, and that's not going to blow your fuse or anything, because the cigarette lighter itself takes way more electric power. But we'll go ahead and I'll show you how I put music on this thing, and then how I go about listening to it once we get back in the car. Okay, so we got the device now. So I take her out, and in the case of mine, I'm too lazy to disassemble this to put the small SD card into the surface itself, so I put it in this guy, the adapter. Okay, and then now that we got this open, we'll go ahead and start the process of what I do. So I get my music from YouTube. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and find, we'll get something like this. So we'll take a song, music video, guess this is 4-minute. Alright, so what I do here is you take this link, Control C, I go to YouTube to MP3, Control V, which places that in there, hit convert. And then after conversion is complete, hit download. So now it's down here in the corner of the screen. Not doing anything, which means it's complete. Don't ever listen to any of this nonsense. You can just click X so you don't accidentally start doing silly stuff. Okay, and then from here, I go to my downloads. So there it is, Heat of the Night. Move to the desktop, then I'll go down to the USB drive. Here we go, this was back, that was in the car, so now I'll drag it over here. And there she is. So now we can go back out to the car. Once I go ahead and put this guy, my SD card, back in. Okay, now we're back in the car.
Normal voltage. Waiting for connection. Bluetooth connection success.
I'm using
Car
the
player.
camera light as opposed to the car's interior light, but there she is, see? So that's how we put the music on. That's how I listen to music in the car. So you turn the radio on, program it to one of your stations, a blank station. Make sure that's set to the correct station. And then now, also you should synchronize your phone to it. And then what can happen is while you're driving the car, if someone calls you, this will start ringing, and then you can just click the button and take the call, or use your phone to answer the call. But this has a microphone on it. Right there, that little thing next to the 9, under the 3.A. So we got, you can talk into there, and it picks up your voice from the seated position just fine. Also, when I have a passenger in here and then someone calls and we're both talking, I haven't had any complaints on the other end of the phone where they can't hear us. So we can both talk, everybody hears, and I can hear them clearly through the car speakers, because you can either turn the volume up or down, depending on how loud you want it to be. And they've never said that they've heard an echo, so they've never heard the echo, and I can't hear any echoes or anything on their end. So this is actually a pretty handy little device. I got this from Amazon. I want to say it was maybe 15 bucks or so. They make some longer ones that kind of got like a little like long hose thingy that you can like kind of move around and put it in different, but that's kind of big for this car, in my opinion. From the seated position right here, I can easily reach down and fast forward, 392, back to song number 1, so. But yeah, that's it. That's the device I recommend you get for your E38. That way you can listen to Bluetooth in it. There's no need to go like rip this out and put some like Android thing in there. There's no point to go to the trouble of putting the new iDrive in there. The simplest solutions work the best, and this thing is not only simple but cheap. And so I recommend that. But that's just me. You guys do you, I guess. But that's how I listen to modern day music. But I mean, I also have the CD. I mean, the tape deck does work in this thing, by the way. But so does my CD. So, you know, I have 6 discs in the CD changer, so, you know, you got options in this car. But if you want even more options, if you don't like listening to just AM or FM or cassette tape A, B, or one of your 6 discs, get this dude. I've had it for over a year, and it works perfectly fine. Put it there. It's unobtrusive. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I can easily skip past the songs I do or don't want to listen to. I can take and answer calls without having to touch my phone, without having to look at it. It's perfect. I think this thing's great. You know, less than $20 and you're ready to rock. AM, or I believe a Bluetooth FM receiver or something like that is what it is called. But you look on Amazon long enough, you'll find this dude. Alright, so that's how I listen to music in this guy. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you on the cheap. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.